My brother, congratulations on what is an incredible film.
Thank you, man.
I know it must have been a challenge because you're playing one of the biggest icons in the world. How
Yeah.
was it for you, and how did you enjoy the
They
experience?
say Bob's top five most recognizable faces on the planet. I didn't know that before we started filming. That doesn't surprise me. But how was it for me? It was the most special like working experience of my life, and it went outside of work because we had to all get real personal. You know, the family had to get to know me and trust me and understand where I was coming from, and I got to learn about Bob through them and through Bob's friends. I keep saying this, but like, I was in Trenchtown with Lego, who grew up with Bob and who knew Bob when he was 13 and 14. We spent a couple of days together, took me to the studio, walked me around. So I'm learning about, and that's just one. You know, I was at Stephen's house with Ryan, and I was in Bob's studios, and I was in his room, and in his house, it was his mum's house, and you know, it was a whirlwind of like trying to absorb everything I could, but you can't read that in books.
Yeah,
You
for
can
sure.
you can only try and understand who Bob was as a human being, who he was as a father, who he was as a friend, what his personal struggles were. That he was actually from the ghetto, you know. He came from St. Anne's, but he grew up in Trenchtown, and it was rough, you know. And so, like, to understand and to learn all of that and to absorb all of that with them was a joy. There was nothing. Yeah, of course, it's a bit nerve-wracking on the first day when they're all watching you. But I, in my own way, like felt like I had a responsibility, and I was on a mission and a purpose, which was to represent him right and do the family proud. And so, but it's not that they were there every day. So they were there every day. So it's
To
like
guide
it
you
just
through.
came normal. Yeah, it just came normal. I do something, and then I feel I don't feel right. Neville, what do you think? Tell me. And then we get, you know, Ziggy, what do you think? And then if we didn't know, then we just listened to Bob, put Bob on for 20 minutes and say, oh no, he said that. So let me try to say it like this. And then, you know, I'm so proud that we got so many Sadella sent me some files of Bob, you know, talking that you can't find on YouTube. Hours and hours and hours of Bob talking in these interviews that never got released or got released a long time ago that the family have got. So I got to listen to them for months and months and months. So I'm just listening to Bob talking in all these different settings. And so sometimes there was a line in the script and I'd be like, no, I think Bob would say this, and then just change it to that. And so there was a real focus, and you know, the intention was to make sure that his voice and the way that he spoke and the language was always, you know, first, you know, studio, family, me, we all agreed on that. So,
amazing.
yeah, it was a journey.
And I hear you was in Barbie at one stage, and in the middle of Barbie, you're having to practice your patois for Bob. What is it like putting yourself into the two different mind frames of character?
I feel like I had basketball Ken on lock. I
Yeah.
feel like I didn't need to worry. Once I understood that he doesn't have any thoughts, you know, he's just a simple, you know. So no, that was fine. It was just that there was so much work to do, you know. Like I got the job. Ziggy told me that the family wanted me to do it, and it was March, and I was on Barbie for 4 months, and then I was like, I can't wait 4 months to start working. You know, I can't wait, so I'm gonna start working now. And Greta was amazing, you know, and all of the ADs on Barbie, they knew the weight and the responsibility. So they were like, when they called cut, they're like, go do your thing, you know. And so yeah, it was just like that.
Okay, right, that's it, my brother.
Yeah, one more question, bro. Come on.
All right, so
One more.
I know it's really hard because we all romanticize with Bob Marley, but you played Bob Marley in a real way, where you brought out his real character, not this soft gentleman, but this person that's willing to kick up his manager and the rest of it. How was it like empowering yourself in that?
That was a really, really important part of the process, because my instruction from Jamaica, everyone I met in Jamaica who knew Bob and spent time with him, and they all said it in their own different way. English boy, Bob Nassaf, you know, remember that. And I knew, but it was not, like the importance of that to them was like, don't come try to do some, you know, lovey-dovey thing.
Yeah.
You have to remember he was the tough gun. He was the general, and they called him Skip.
Skip.
But he also did have that other side as well. So he was a kind, you know, gentle, humble human being. You know, Lego, Bob's friend from young.
From way back.
I remember one time he was getting emotional and he just kept going, Bob, nice, man. Bob, nice, man. It was nice. And he was, I think he was missing him, you know? He was like remembering him. But he kept saying, he's nice, man. He's nice, you know? And I'd ask Neville that a lot. I'd be like, tough gun, is it Skip or is Lover Boy? And Neville would be like, both. It was both, just depended where he was at. In the studio, it's tough, you know? And then in, you know, so making sure that we got all of them colours. That's why I love that Don Taylor scene after. I want to ruin it for the audience. I was like, we need that. We need that.
Powerful.
We need that, you know. We need to show all of it, you know. No, we got to get to the full truth here. But that he struggled and that he had his own suffering, you know. Bob talked, all them files that Sadella sent me, Bob's always talking about suffering, struggling. He saw the struggles and the suffering of black people all over the world, and
trench town life, innit?
Yeah, and he identified with that, and he sung about it, you know. So I love him and respect him for that.
Man, I totally commend you on what you've done. I believed it.
Thank you.
I felt Bob.
Thank you.
Many congratulations
Thank
on
you,
this. I hope everybody goes to see it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Yes, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Nice.
That feeling like yes.
Nice to talk.